Alright, so today I'm back with yet another chapter review, and today we will go over chapter 256, which is insane, so be sure to stick to the end because you don't want to miss it. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking, and let's get right into the chapter. However, before that, please double check if you are subscribed to the channel, as you don't want to miss my chapter reviews. While you're already down there, you can always leave a like and a comment, and with that out of the way, let's finally get into it. Alright, so to start off chapter 256, let's read the text at the top to remember what happened in the last chapter. It says, with Kunigami limiting Shido's movements, the game enters a stalemate, with several 1v1 matchups emerging to wrest control of the match. Win your matchup and take control of this match. Anyway, chapter 256, also called Contradict, begins in the heat of the match as Kiora and Karasu are furiously fighting for control over the ball. Raichi is trying his best to motivate Kiora by telling him to steal it, while Zantetsu is doing the same thing but for Karasu. Anyway, their clash is getting more and more intense, and they quickly realize that they can't keep doing this forever. That's when Charles decides to weigh in as he starts running to help Karasu. However, he looks behind himself and sees Hiori right on his tail. As Hiori is trying to catch up, he thinks that if he is going to outwit Charles, then he will need to effectively use this moment while Kunigami is blocking Shido. Because as we know, Charles likes passing to Shido as they are very like-minded, but now that he has lost that option, Hiori is certain that he will need to look for someone else to pass to. He tries to look around and starts to wonder who the lucky man will be. Maybe it's going to be Rin, or maybe he will go through Nanase, but that doesn't quite seem right. He says no and calls himself a dumbass. Hiori looks destroyed as he says that he can't beat Charles with such surface-level thinking, saying that Charles isn't just a normal player, but that he is a contrarian, and because of that, he needs to contradict his contrarian thinking. Charles is getting closer to Karasu, but then suddenly Grim comes into the mix and barrages into Karasu's back. Karasu can't hold on anymore and tells Charles to go as he sends over a pass to him. Charles starts to smile as he compliments Karasu's pass and says that it's good. He looks ahead of himself and sees Shido, who is still getting blocked by the rebirthed Kunigami. But that's not all, as he also sees both Kaiser and Ness, who are determined to stop Charles in his tracks. Even though Shido is already blocked off by Kunigami, the two of them get in front of them to completely destroy any chance for Charles to pass Shido. Saying that his pass course is as good as dead, Charles is noticeably annoyed by this and also calls them the Nuisance Rose Duo. Just then, someone comes to his rescue, and it's none other than the current number 1 Neo-Egoist League player, Itoshi Rin. They look at each other, and Charles says that Rin is just where Charles wants him to be. However, this turns out to be a straight-out lie, as he says, just kidding with a skull emoji, as he instead shoots the ball forward, even though Ness and Kaiser are ahead of him. Kaiser and Ness are in shock, and Kaiser can't believe it as they manage to close off Charles's pass course by 99%, but somehow Charles managed to find that 1% spot where he could pass too. We also get a bit of a better understanding of Charles, as he looks devilish while saying that aiming for something that was thought to be impossible is the real way for a contrarian like himself. However, you know that devilish smile he had, it's going to be wiped off his face real quick as his pass to Shido suddenly stopped on its way, and it's none other than Charles's new nemesis Hiori, who came to contrarian like he said he would. And the block wasn't just any block, as it was stylish as hell as well, which I would like to give him so many points for. Anyway, everyone is looking at Hiori, amazed, and even Isagi is looking at him in total shock. Hiori lands on the ground and says that he cracked the contrarian's thinking, saying that normally nobody would take that shot, but Charles's rotten personality loves such a tight course, and ending it by saying that he figured out how to beat Charles while looking straight at him. This leaves Charles in shock, as he just calls Hiori creepy while looking demoralized but also disgusted. But that's what you get when you go up against an ultra sadist. We also see Shido, who is a bit annoyed that another one of his chances got blocked. After that, we leave them and get to Isagi, who, like always, has pieces flying around him like crazy, and says that Hiori's winning the field and that it's about to overturn. While it's looking like the ball and the pieces are forming a black hole on the pitch, you know, just normal Blue Lock stuff, right? Anyway, Hiori is fired up after this and tells Isagi that it's time to go, and Raichi agrees by being the first one on the ball. However, he isn't all alone, as he has Tokimitsu right behind him, but that doesn't stop Raichi, who says that it's time for them to get a counterattack. But there's another duo who is getting excited by this, and that's Shido and Kunigami, who are running side by side to try and help their respective teams. Anyway, Tokimitsu is starting to get some ground on Raichi, and he knows that he can't hold on forever, But before he can, he has to trash talk a bit. So he calls Tokimitsu a meat shield who's only meant for shoving duels. But after that, he decides that he's done with Tokimitsu and says an utter victory sexy pass as he sends away a pass to Hiori and tells him to go. Hiori gets the ball, but suddenly someone decides to join him. We can see a couple of feathers popping up as someone tells Hiori not to celebrate just yet and calls him a dumbass. It's Karasu who honestly looks possessed, and we can see that he means business, but he tells Hiori to watch where he is going and really decides to lower his self-esteem by calling him a mediocre gamer. He gets a smile on his face and tells him to try and beat this boss rush. It's Nanase who says that he won't let Hiori pass him, but also Zantetsu, who tells them all to smash him, but I doubt that Hiori swings that way. Anyway, the three of them form a triple press in order to try and steal away the ball from Hiori. But do you really think that it's enough to stop Hiori, who's now in the zone? Of course not, and we see that as Hiori locks in and says that he can get past the three wimps without watching where he is going. This even catches Karasu off guard, who is wondering what Hiori is on about. He smashes a pass without even looking at where it is going, calling it a no-look rapid cross. Zantetsu and Nanase can't understand it and wonder how he is able to play such a gamble at this distance. But Hiori is certain as he says that this is peak performance, and as the ball is beginning to land, he wonders if the egoist himself is there, which of course he is, as he is running to meet up with the pass, saying that it's time to continue their ultimate play. But it will be anything but easy, as we can clearly see the pit where the ball will land. In the pit, we see of course Isagi, but also Kaiser, Rin, Kunigami, and lastly Shidu, who all will most likely play a vital role in the next chapter. The text at the bottom says, Hiori begins to figure out Charles's tendencies and block Charles's pass. As Hiori's golden pass sails towards the PXG goal, it's time to show the world your top performance and smash the ball into the back of the net. The next chapter is going to be called 2-Gun, which I'm not totally sure what that could mean, but we will just have to wait and see. Or if you have any theories about it, please leave them down below. Now I don't really have that much to talk about in this chapter, as I'm a bit behind on it, but I want to go over how much work Karasu has been doing in this chapter. In the beginning, he was fighting for the ball with Kiora, and after that, he locked in and tried to steal it from Hiori, which didn't go as planned. But what can you really do against Isagi and Hiori when they get serious? Now I'm so excited to see where their attack is going to lead them. Is this the start of Bastard Munchen's first goal, or will PXG find a way to defend it? What do you think? Anyway, yeah, this is just my thoughts on it, and please leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments, as I love reading them. If you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel, and while you are at it, leave a comment and a like, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video that will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.